Speaking. How are ya? What you doing? How's life treating ya? I know how life treats me. It's a sunny day, so I feel really, really good. But I do want to talk to you guys today about Walterrific. Now, this is a little bit overdue. Most of you guys already know the news. So, obviously, I'm way behind right now. But he decided to get a new bike. And that new bike happens to be the Ninja 650. So, yeah. But that's not a big deal. It's not a motovlogger that got a Ninja 650. What's the big deal? Well, there is something here. And one of the big things is why the Ninja 650 is a great bike. And that's actually probably what I'm going to title this video. But why the Ninja 650 is a great bike. You know, guys like Walterrific and so many guys out there, honestly, you look at their bikes, and one thing that you're gonna notice is everybody chooses a bike that best fits them. And Walterrific, and Mrs. K brought this up too, I believe, but Walterrific, you know, he's had different bikes and he's had a chance to ride different bikes, but he still went back to a bike that makes sense to him, and that just happens to be the 650. Now, I got a lot of slack when I first got this bike from a lot of different people, mainly because they asked me why I didn't buy the, you know, the ZX6 or the ZX10. Well, here's the reason. I told you guys this before. This bike makes the most sense for what I do and what I want to be doing with this bike. And this is exactly what Walterrific said. You know, he pointed out a lot of great little facts. And I believe, again, Mrs. K went through some of this stuff. But, you know, it's so important for me to try and explain to you guys that this bike is very much underrated. You don't need a 1000cc bike. You don't even need a 600cc bike to actually enjoy your ride. You really don't. All you need... Wow, that's a nice house. Cool. Wow, what the... Okay, somebody's got a compensation problem. Oh, I would love to own that house, though. Damn. Yeah, that's a cool house. So, I just locked myself into a corner here. So the Ninja 650 is one of those great bikes that I think is being underrated and is not being given credit for what it really is. This is just a very flexible bike. It gives you the opportunity to go and explore and do whatever you want to do, and it's not a headache. It's not a chore to do this. I believe I just saw a no exit sign, which means I'm gonna have to turn around again. Darn it. But that's part of exploring. And that brings me to why I love this bike. It's the fact that I can explore. I can do exactly this. Just go, you know, ride around and just have fun seeing what I want to see. Now, if you want to really pick up the pace and go, well, first of all, this bike has pretty darn good acceleration. So it kind of like what Walterrific said, the first, you know, the 0 to 60, whatever, most bikes are comparable. And I could be wrong on this, but from what I've seen, most bikes are very, very similar on that. In fact, I'm pretty sure the 0 to 60 on this compared to, let's say, the ZX6, it's not going to be that big of a difference. However, as soon as that 60 is over, you know, ZX6 is long gone. But then the question is, where are you going to use that power? See, I don't know where you guys live. I really don't. All of you guys live in so many different areas. But I will tell you this: where I live, cops are, you know, they're gonna catch you. They're gonna ticket you, and that's the end of the story. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And then I don't need a ticket. I don't want the ticket. I have a good record, and I have pretty much plan on keeping it this way. Now, here in BC, a good record doesn't seem to mean too much. That's the truth. You don't save God knows what on your insurance or whatever, but I know in the States it does make a difference, at least depending on the insurance companies you're with. But for me, it's not about saving money on the insurance. It's about just simply being, I don't know, just knowing that I'm a safe rider and I'm doing my due diligence to be the safest person I can be. So yeah, with that said, this bike just so happens to work out for me very, very, very well. It doesn't allow me to be absolutely a dork on the road, an inconvenience or a total douche. What the heck? I just hit like everywhere I'm going, it's like a dead end. Okay, now I'm gonna have to find my way out of here. So I don't want to be a douche. I don't want to be that kind of a person. I don't want to be that guy, you know? I want to be the guy that just goes out, has fun, goes for a ride, enjoys the scenery, explores a little bit. But no, I don't want to explore off-road, so I don't need a dual sport. I like exploring like this, on the road, just doing what I'm doing right now. And for me, that's why I say the 650 is a great bike, because ultimately it allows me to do this. At the same time, it still allows me to have plenty of power if I need it. And believe me guys, I cannot think of a scenario where you need more power than what the 650 gives you. And if you ride strictly in the city, you know, you're not really one of those people who needs a lot of power. I actually can't think of why anybody would want anything more than a 300. Now, with all that said, don't get me wrong. If you are ready for a 1000cc bike or a ZX6R or, you know, a R6 or whatever you might like, go for it. Nobody's telling you not to go for it. I don't like the guys who bash on the other guys though because they don't have, you know, a specific type of bike. Again, when I went in to buy this bike, my intention fully was to get a ZX6. However, it just didn't make sense to me. In my mind, it made absolutely no sense. This bike made total sense. Hence, I went with the bike that made the most sense. And that's where the important comes in here. Understanding what you're buying the bike for, okay? So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. But I do want to give a huge shout out to, you know, Walterrific, just for getting his bike. I love his new bike. I love what he's done to it. I obviously have not gone to the same extent, but Walterrific, as you guys know, has been one of the inspirations for us when we first started out. We still follow the guy. We still love the guy. So yeah, although he's never actually ever responded to my messages, which is kind of sad. I feel bad because we love him, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, again, it's just awesome to see somebody like him, you know, go back and say it the way it is. These bikes really are underrated, and why he got it and the explanation he gave was really dead on. And again, I believe Mrs. K made a video on this too, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. The Ninja 650 is a great bike, and it's a really, really, truly underrated bike. It's just not being given the credit it deserves, and it's a shame. It really is. As always, I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be probably a Tesla video coming up next. I believe the next video will be a Tesla video. So yeah, till then, I'm gonna say till next time, thank you for watching. As always, we love you. Don't forget to love, ride, explore, drive safe, ride safe, stay off the darn cell phones, and if you see anybody who's on a cell phone, tell them to get off. And until next time, goodbye.